Hi, good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining us on November 29th for today's WSI LaunchPad webinar series. I am your host, as always, Chris Ballon, Marketing Manager here at ALM, and I am joined this week by Amalia.
Yes, good morning, everyone, and once again, thank you for joining us for this week's LaunchPad webinar.
Fantastic. Thanks, Amalia, for being here today. We are going to cover a few points today. As usual, our news and article updates for the week, the month. And I'd like to dive into a bit of a special presentation regarding responsibilities when executing an SEO campaign with us here at ALM. This has been a pretty popular question with some of our newer ICs recently. What is expected of me when working with an SEO project? What is expected of ALM when working with an SEO project? And I'd like to dive into that a little bit, give a little explanation, and explain to you exactly what you can expect when working with us on an SEO campaign. And then we've got a promotion spotlight covering November's promotion, which is wrapping up, and December's promotion, which is a new promotion and is very exciting. And then lastly, we'll see if anybody has any questions and answer them to the best of our abilities. All right, diving into news. Recently, some great information has been released regarding the placement of call to actions and conversion optimizations on a site. And this is something that if you've worked with me on any campaigns, this is something, an item, a recommendation that I am very forceful about, let's put it that way, in regards to where conversion optimization on a site should be placed. And this great article from Moz covers 5 lead generation ideas and conversion optimization advice and practices for a client's website. One of the biggest pieces to take away from this is where should you be putting a call to action or a promotion or conversion options. And I have always recommended that the header of a site is the best place to put any conversion information, call to action, quick contact form, phone number, etc. And this article backs up that sentiment. You can see this graphic here at the bottom where it goes into depth in regards to the pattern an eye follows on a website. And you can see that it is essentially a big F shape. And the eye always starts in that top left-hand corner. And everybody knows that it is standard practice to put your logo up in that top left-hand corner. Show people what site they're on. However, the interesting item is that previously it was thought that the eye kind of follows a spiral around the outside of a page, but it's been found in recent studies that the eye follows an F shape, where the first thing that a user does when they go to a site is they scan the header of a site. They see on the left-hand side, of course, typically where the logo is, and then they go across the entire top of the site. And that's very important because this lets us know this is where you want your call to action. This is where you want your conversion information. Because not only is the header persistent across every page of your site, but it's the first thing that's viewed on a page. And if you want to capture a visitor to the site immediately, you need to make it prominent of why they should be working with you. What is your CTA? What is your USP? That goes in the header across the top of a site. So very important information because we've seen sites that, bury a call to action down in the body, right? And you can see here that it's the last thing somebody sees before scrolling onto a site or moving on to another page. Don't let essentially website browsing attention deficit disorder allow somebody to skip your call to action, because that might be what pushes a visitor from inquiry to conversion, is knowing that you're providing them an incentive essentially to convert. So don't bury the lead, right? Don't put it in the bottom. Don't put it in an image rotator, right? Because it's going to be one of the last things viewed before scrolling off or moving off of this page. And chances are somebody could move off of a page before even viewing your call to action. Keep it in the header. Keep it persistent. Keep it visible. and you'll see a notable change in conversions across your client sites. So again, another great article. I recommend reading it for some more advice on conversion optimization, but the big takeaway here is put your conversion optimization information, put your CTA, put your contact forms, put your phone number with a click to call in the header of your site, because that's what's going to be viewed most prominently, and that's what's going to result in the best performance. Okay, Amalia.
So in regards to an article I came across, I definitely want to share this. Basically, they announced how Google might not be able to stop fake news. So last week, Google has pledged to basically fight fake news on its search results. Yet they never really offered a solution. So this being said, everybody's thinking that this is really not an easy fix for Google, hence no real solution provided. Google especially came under the fire after it listed a site with an incorrect final U.S. presidential election, which basically counts as the top listing for searches such as final votes or final election count. Basically, with this example here, media outlets soon picked up on this, and in response, basically Google said that it would block advertising to sites that misrepresent themselves, and it would work to basically fix these kind of problems with actual search results. Right now, the site does remain to be, in that particular site, the site doesn't remain on the first page, but that being said, this is something that they are looking into, and hopefully they'll have a resolution soon. So, Chris?
Very interesting to note. I don't know if anybody in the audience has ever stumbled across this, but sometimes satire sites that post quote-unquote news articles can be indexed by Google under their news section, which is very, very interesting to see, and it's funny sometimes, and it does lead to misinformation and maybe some snap reactions and judgments, but it's nice to see that Google is working on trying to exclude information like that, sites like that, that are trying to pass off fake articles, fake updates as fact. So it'll be interesting to see how Google tightens their net a little bit in catching this. Okay, next up. Sorry, Amalia? Hello, Amalia? Sorry?
Here.
Oh, sorry. There we
Chris,
go.
can you hear me?
Sorry, I lost audio there for a moment.
Yeah, not a problem. Okay, great. So basically another article I want to share with everyone is basically how Google is testing images in site link extensions. It's been spotted on mobile, and the extensions display in a swipeable carousel. The image extensions basically have come and gone, and basically they're back again. Google had originally tested this back out on 2013, but they never really got off the ground. Big Ads brought its own version of image extensions. It came out on beta just over about a year ago. So now it's appearing that Google is giving images and text ads with another spin to it. This time it's type of a site links test. I did provide a image there for everyone's viewing. You'll see the screenshot. It's been provided by Zebra, and it's a mobile ad for quotewizard.com, which includes a swipeable carousel of site links with accompanying images. Right now we're not clear if it's actually running on desktop. In the inclusion of the images in these extensions, it's quite interesting as it's use of the carousel for another extension as well. And last week Google changed the display format for price extensions from a list to swipeable carousel as well. So basically for comparison, this is what we provided you for both images for you to take a look at. Okay.
Great. This is very interesting to see. It seems like Google's testing out some new display methods for mobile. We know that they're making a big push for mobile indexing and mobile search results heading into 2017 and through 2017 with their latest Possum update. And this seems to be one of those tests for better performance in regards to displays. Much like we see site links occasionally displayed on desktops, this is going to be essentially the mobile equivalent, which is exciting to see.
Very much so.
Fantastic. Thanks, Amalia. Great. Now, I wanted to dive into some detail regarding working with a production center. What you as an IC or agency can expect working with a production center on, let's say, a standard SEO campaign. It's been asked recently by new ICs and new clients to us, who's going to be responsible for what? How much time do I need to invest in working with you on a campaign? Of course, many ICs want to move work to a production center to ensure that that's not being done in-house, that their time is more efficiently used growing their business. That's exactly what we help with and we provide with, but it should be understand it that there is still a commitment that's needed from the IC's end in regards to managing these campaigns. We'll dive into exactly what that means here. So when working with a PC, what do I do? Again, very common question. Veteran ICs that have worked on campaigns in-house for years and now want to grow and have somebody else responsible for execution on their campaigns have been asking this question as well. And of course, moving to a PC allows you to grow, allows you to expand, and allows you to work on lead generation and to actually sell. But again, it's important to note that because you're working with a production center, it does not mean that you can necessarily be 100% hands-off of a project. So what do we at ALM do in regards to, let's say, an SEO campaign? We do items like maintain timelines. We let you know when you can expect things to be executed, when you can expect reporting, when you can expect due dates, when we need responses and approvals. We do research and recommendations, of course. That's competitive research, research into the client, recommendations for targeting and strategy. We generate and post content here. It's post content both on-site and shared off-site. We generate and share social posts as well. We do link building and link generation. We do reporting for your campaign, both standardized and reporting as requested. We update listings and citations as well if there are existing citations that need to be updated for name, address, phone number compliance. That's something ALM takes care of as well. And we do performance checks and error checks on the website with the aid of Search Console. Right, so you can expect us to take over items like this as well as several others when working on SEO campaigns with you. A lot of the responsibility, a lot of the day-to-day does fall on ALM when you're working with ALM, and that's exactly what you should be expecting when working with Production Center. But the big question is, what is you as an IC responsible for with an SEO campaign? Essentially, the responsibility of an IC is to act as a buffer between us as the production center and the client. So we require accurate information as provided by the client to inform our research and recommendations. Any approvals on strategy and keywords is to be received from the client as well, and that's something that the IC needs to approach the client for. Obtaining potential content starters. While we can generate content, we often need some starters. What is going on with the client? Do they have anything new or newsworthy that we can write press releases about? Are they looking to promote a specific product or service? Are they heading into a seasonal effort right now? These are all very valuable pieces of information that inform us and that we rely on you as the IC to obtain for us. Once we've created content, it's up to you as the IC to present this content to the client for their final approval. We do not like posting anything on the client site or under the client's banner without their approval on it first. Of course, this is for liability reasons, but this is also to ensure that the client is pleased with the quality of content that's going out under their name. That's one of your responsibilities, is to convey this to the client, get their approvals, get their feedback, get their edits on any content to provide to us to post. Okay? It's up to you to communicate regularly with your client as well. We've seen projects fall apart when an IC refuses to talk to their client. And this is a case where we provide monthly reporting because that is the schedule and the pace that it is important to provide results for. Every 30 days we get to see an accurate image of the activities completed for a project. And if an IC is only speaking to their client once every 6 months, or only coming to them at the end of the year, then we're not obtaining valuable information like, how have your conversions been? How profitable has this campaign been for you? Would you like to continue? Is it worth it for you to continue? And if an IC isn't communicating regularly with their client, then we might be surprised when we come to the end of a 12-month period and the client doesn't want to continue because the IC hasn't determined whether enough information has been gathered or enough conversions have been gathered to actually make the campaign profitable. Right? So it's up to you as the IC to ask the right questions of your clients, and we can aid you in letting you know what the questions that need to be asked are. Okay? Now, in part and parcel of this regular communication is relaying successes and struggles to the client. In that case, the client needs to know that their campaign is working for them. We provide you with the reporting, and we provide you with the knowledge of what's working and what's not working. That is up to you as the IC to communicate to the client. Let them know traffic is up, rankings are up, conversions are up. However, the new geo-target that we're working on isn't achieving any success yet. Here are our recommendations. Okay? That's up to you to convey to the client. We convey this to you, you convey it to the client. Also presenting potential upsells to the client. This is something that we all work on for each of our campaigns. If there's something that's, say, outside of the scope of a project or is necessary for the success of a campaign, we make those recommendations, and it's up to you to present that to the client and get their approval on that. Dealing with a client is never easy and very rarely timely, but it is up to you as the IC to maintain that level of communication. Okay? Of course, presenting the reporting, that goes hand in hand with the regular communication and the relaying success and struggles. And then maintaining ongoing campaign status with the client. We here at ALM work on 6 or 12-month campaign lengths. You might be working on month-to-month with a client. So it's important to note with the client, do they still want to continue? Are they looking to end this for any reason? And if they are, that's not the end of the world. They might be looking to potentially end a relationship because they haven't properly been informed on the successes of a campaign. If that's the case, we can help you and arm you to go back to the client and say, here are the successes that we've been obtaining. We can attribute X conversions to our efforts. That's a proven ROI for you, right? And that might inform the client appropriately that they were perhaps had some misconceptions about, and that might salvage a relationship. ALM's here to work with you on that, but you do need to maintain that relationship and maintain these campaigns with your clients. Okay, so you can see a clear trend here between what we're responsible for at ALM and what you're responsible for as an IC. And here is the gist of it. It's basically a relay race. So what we do is we pass things back and forth. So the client is in contact with you as the IC, and you're in contact with the client. As the IC, you're in contact with us at ALM, and we're in contact with you to relay information to the client. And we at ALM are also working with search engines to promote successes through clients' campaigns. So you can see that essentially we at ALM are isolated from the client, but we work with you and we work with search engines. And you as the IC are isolated from the search engines, but work with the client and work with us. And that is basically the expectations and the responsibilities required for an SEO campaign. You should not be responsible for executing anything in regards to success for the campaign, in regards to actual deliverables for the campaign. That's on us at ALM. And conveying success of the campaign, recommendations, and approvals is on you as the IC. So there is still a bit of an investment required from your part when working with ALM on SEO projects, but it's far less of an investment and frees up far more of your time than if you were personally executing on these campaigns. Okay, fantastic. Now, Amalia, would you like to talk about November's promotion?
Actually, there's a little bit of news here. It's actually not only for November. We are now extending this also for the month of December as well. So right now we had a day or so left in November for this promotion, but I would like to officially announce that this has been extended as well for December. So a reminder to all of our ICs, please take advantage of this fantastic promotion. It is backed by popular demand. Everybody keeps on asking us to extend this, so we've done that. We've heard your requests and we've gone forward with that. So right now the site's going for $4.99. The template purchase is $100, and with that total being a $5.99 website. Please keep in mind it is fully responsive. It includes up to 30 pages of integrated content. There's a blog module included amongst many other deliverables listed there. Also, this is a fantastic opportunity here as well. It includes 15 images of Shutterstock imagery, which is the value of $250. And we also include a simple logo design for those clients without logos. We also include 1 hour of CMS training. And as mentioned, there's plenty of other complimentary items listed in there. So please do contact either myself or Armando or Morella or our newest member, Armando, who's also joined us, and we'd be more than happy to answer your questions.
Phenomenal. Thanks,
Chris?
Amalia.
Thank you.
And this promotion extended through to the end of the year is great. It's a great, cost-effective way to build a multi-page site for your client. You can see that there's 30 pages of content integration here for this campaign.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the great value adds that really pushes this into a stellar offer are these 15 images via Shutterstock. These stock images are a big hang-up we've found in regards to a client providing us with content for development projects. And essentially we're taking that responsibility off of the client, and we're recommending these Shutterstock images to populate the client site. And you can see that that's a $250 value included in the cost of this this program. So an absolutely amazing offer to be taken advantage of. And along that note, we've got a new development project specifically for December as well that revolves around even smaller templated sites. So Molly, if you'd like to provide some information.
Oh, absolutely. This is another fantastic promotion. I wanted to wait to announce this only because I don't want to confuse anyone, but this we have 2 website promotions basically running for December, so Christmas has definitely come a little earlier. So once again, mentioning our 30-page website, we now have it's a 3 to 5 page website selling for only $2.99 with the template cost of $100 at a total cost of only $3.99. You cannot go wrong. Once again, this is a WordPress CMS site. It's responsive. It's up to 3 to 5 pages. We include a blog module. There's obviously the plugins that we've added in there. We do provide up to 2 changes per template, and we also include 5 images via Shutterstock as well, and inclusive to a 1 hour CMS training. So please, please take advantage of this. It's fantastic to roll out. Personally, I think this is a really easy sell. Who won't really grab onto one of these promotions and opportunities? We've basically provided our ICs with 2 options, and you know, please reach out to myself or Morella or Armando. We'd be more than happy to help you out on all this.
Fantastic, absolutely stellar. And this is a great entry-level website package. If you're working with smaller businesses and smaller clients, this is a great pitch for them. We know that a lot of smaller businesses try to do their websites on their own, or they've done their website 10 years ago and never updated it. And if they're looking for a simple 5-page website and they don't want to invest the time to develop it themselves, or they have developed it themselves and it's frankly a mess, this is a great cost-effective way for them to get a nice professional quality website at a very, very affordable price. So do take advantage of this through December. Fast turnaround times on this development as well. Our ideal turnaround times on this are less than a month, which is fantastic. And that's provided that we get ideal turnarounds, we get feedback from the client provides us with content. We can turn around a website like this in less than 4 weeks, which is fantastic. It's absolutely phenomenal. If you've got any questions about these promotions, or you're looking for any examples of websites we've completed that are from these promotions, 5-page templated websites, 30-page templated websites, let Amalia, Morella, or Armando know. We do have examples that we can provide for you too. Excellent. And that brings us to the end of today's LaunchPad webinar. Any questions from the audience today? No? Last call for questions? Okay, fantastic. Thank you everybody for joining us today for November 29th's LaunchPad webinar series. Once again, thank you. I am Chris Ballon, Marketing Manager, joined by Amalia. Please reach out if you do have any questions afterwards. You can see the email information here for the rest of our team. And we look forward to seeing you again in 2 weeks. Thanks everybody. Take care and have a great day.